7, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
Hey, check that. No.
They run with the All-Pro from a couple of years ago, Jonathan Taylor. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play, second down. If you look at this Browns defense, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Richardson. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Out to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Now we're going to go with it incomplete.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Hopkins' kick is good, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Go.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. You look at this Browns defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? This now a 3rd and 4. Richardson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Third and 2, Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And the Browns first down.
Watson off play action. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Pay still managed to improve upon his rookie year with 6 sacks despite playing in only 12 games. Let's get this guy out there for a full 17. I'm pretty sure he can deliver well more than that.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well in time there. And now 4th down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. McKenzie now to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Richardson's throw into the hands of Pittman here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready! Bronco switch, Bronco.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. Fights him off. Still on his feet. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Out of his end zone, here comes Jalen Reagor. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago. Add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Off of play action, it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. On the counter, Hunt. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A nice effort and an even nicer stop for Kwity Paye.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Watson. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is Watson. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked and multiple players broke through the line to get it. Hopkins' kick is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
4 yards on the pickup.
Fix the Eagles. Fix the Eagles.
At the 29-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw. They got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And he's going to miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Cooper will come in motion right. Chubb on the counter. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Fights through and now a crease. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
He just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. And this is caught at the 8. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Well, they had their chances in the 1st half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just going to, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Richardson looking to throw this. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this returnable for Rager. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Rodney Thomas gets to him for the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready, right?
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the ball. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 19, Colts 7.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Quick throw out wide, and Pierce has got it. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Alec Pierce. No gain on the play.
60 by 6,
Brings up
60 by
3rd
6.
down and 5.
Ready.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Here comes Rager. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Their own 36-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Quiddy Pay
getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now it's Watson. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The Colts on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
76 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a 1st down.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Inside the 20.
And he's He's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Colts 7.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
On the option to give to Taylor here.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. They run once more with Taylor.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance and how much of that is the defense just loosening up because they have a big lead.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 157 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. They'll run with a former Bill, Zach Moss. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Go.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
The quarterback will keep it himself. And he is going to get in there for the 2 points to make this a 12-point game. And the option play works on the 2-point try. What'd you think of the call?
I like the call. What you're worried about, though, is if the defense blitzes the play. And if they do, what your answer is, the option. Why? If they blitz it, the quarterback has a chance to get rid of it to a trailing back. That would work pretty well there.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Cleveland, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Colts, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.